Chris Martin with Creative Domain, and today's quick tip tutorial is how to use a custom object as a Realwave in Realflow. So this is kind of what we're going to do. This is already rendered out for you. So we've got our pool scene with our little flotation device going from one side to the other. Okay, so here's the scene. It's a basically we have the pool here, and we have just for the water we've got a regular plane, and that is about it. We want to make sure that it has quite a few number of subdivisions. I think this was 60 by 60 for the plane, so you want to make sure that you have a large number so that it can deform properly when we get it into Realflow. So let's go to plugins, next limit, SD export, and I'm going to choose my pool base, which is, let me just show you, it is this piece. So I'm going to choose the pool base, and we will choose the torus because we want the torus to deform the water, and we'll choose the water. We'll give it an output. We'll call this pool, and we'll save that out. Let's go into Realflow. Now let's go ahead and import our objects. There's the pool SD file, and there we go. Here's our scene. Now I'm going to drop a Realwave in here, and I'm going to make that bigger, quite a bit bigger. That ought to work. Now here is the thing you've got to do. What we're going to do is we're going to select the Realwave. We'll go to the type, choose custom. For the custom object, we want to choose the water. And it's going to give you this this warning: object water 2 is already interacting with Realwave. Using this object as a custom mesh will cause performance and stability problems. We recommend to destroy the interaction by removing the link. So just come over here to the water and delete that out of your global links. That'll solve that problem. Now for the torus, we need to make that a rigid body object. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a simple keyframe of this torus. So I'm going to click this SD to curve, because right now we can't move that. So if we go over here and click SD to curve, now we can move that around wherever we want. So at frame 0, I'm going to come over here to the X position. I'm going to right click, I'm going to click add key, and then at 200 I'm going to move it over here, and I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to right click and click add key. So now between 0 and 200 it moves across the pool. Okay. Now I'm going to add some gravity in here. Let's reset this. We've got our gravity, we've got our Realwave associated with our water. So I think we are ready to simulate. Alright, so we've got it moving around here. If you wanted to, you could actually put do the real splash like we did in one of the previous tutorials, where you selected a real splash from the emitters and associated that with the torus here, so that way when it was moving through the water it would be kicking splashes up. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I just didn't do that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and I'll be back when we are finished simulating. Okay, so we're back. We're done simulating. here is the final result. Pull it through the timeline. You can see that the torus goes through there and kicks up some waves as it's moving along. Alright. Now something that's important to remember, if you find that you're trying this and your mesh is just not deforming properly, it could be because you do not have the enough polygons here in your mesh. And for this kind of a deal where you're associating the Realwave with a mesh, you can't go in there and increase the number of polygons in the Realwave here. Okay? So if you're going to if you need more polygons, you need to go back to your 3D application. You need to go back to Cinema 4D and increase the number of polygons there and then re-import it, because you can't just go in here and click the Realwave and say, let's increase the polygon size or decrease the polygon size. You can see it's grayed out. So if you're going to do that, do it in Cinema 4D. Okay, so let's go back to Cinema 4D, and let's just turn our water off here because we're going to import our mesh. Go to Next Limit. Let's go to the Realwave Surface Loader, and we will navigate to where our files are. Pool, Objects, and it's the Realwave SD file is what we're looking for. There's that. And then plugins, Next Limit, and we need to be able to make the torus move, so we want to get our SD import and navigate again to the animation SD. We get something that looks like this. So it's kicking up some waves. And you could go back into Realwave and you could actually adjust this, the height of your waves, the horizontal, vertical, the dampening. But that kind of gives you an idea of how you use a custom object as a Realwave in Realflow. So that's the quick tip tutorial for today. Hope that helps.